What is up, you guys? I hope you're doing well. I am tired and freezing, and it's chilly here. It got chilly in Nashville yesterday on Halloween, as I predicted, as it does every year. It's warm until the night you want to wear costumes and go out and party, and then it is freezing and usually like damp cold. And so I am still chilly from the turn of weather, the sudden turn of the weather, and I'm tired from partying, but we're here. And we are here to talk about our midweek alchemy message, where we go into the week's energy. We take a deeper look into the process work. On Sunday nights, we do our energy oracle forecast, where we take a look at the week ahead, and it's like the energetic spiritual weather of the week. The anchor message on Monday tells us what our spiritual assignments are. And then on Wednesday, we learn, we have our alchemy message, where we go deeper into sort of the process work. If you don't already, you can follow me on Liz Taylor Magick. It's Liz_Taylor_Magick on Instagram. And on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, like midday, is when I post this in the form of a blog. And then later we talk about it in the video. So it's just for if you are just joining. All right, well, let's get into the content. But if you do like this channel, then please subscribe. And you can turn on notifications, and that will let you know whenever I drop a new video. It especially comes in handy during our lunation workshops, because for whatever reason, on full moons and new moons, my videos take like an eternity to upload onto the interwebs. So it's very irritating. But if you turn on notifications, then when the workshop is uploaded, it'll just let you know as soon as it's up. All right, let's get started. Like this video, subscribe, comment, share. Okay, so our first card from the Wild Unknown Alchemy deck was Sublimation, followed by Gold, or Sublimatio, followed by Aurum, Gold, followed by Chiron. Excuse me. I haven't had water in probably like several hours. Okay. Sorry about that. Underneath Sublimation, we have Magician. Underneath Gold, we have Ten of Wands. Underneath Chiron, we have Six of Swords. And to sort of wrap up our message, the feminine King of Swords came out with the Queen of Pentacles. And so here's what we got going, folks. There is this like shadow period on the other end of eclipse season. And so we've just come out of two very transformative eclipses. We are walking through this portal into the big timeline jump, where we've got this huge new start, new cycles coming. And so right now we are feeling like exhausted, sensitive, tender, tired, a malaise. Yet at the same time, there's a part of us that feels all this like angsty anticipation, desire, impatience, excitement. Something's building, like it's about to just break through. So there's this sort of paradoxical energy that we're carrying right now. And the truth is that this is the contraction and pressure that happens right before a major up-leveling. Sublimatio is when a liquid has been put under enough heat and pressure and it begins to turn into a gas, or a substance is put under enough heat and pressure and it becomes a gas. And so the gases rise. This is about our ascension in consciousness, our rise in consciousness. Air is the mind, is the consciousness, right? So there is this awakening and enlightenment and elevation and ascension happening. And so we can kind of feel it starting to take root. And as we're going through this portal and the shadow on the other side of like these transformational eclipses, it's like we are still embodying all the wisdom that we've gained. This gold, this is spiritual gold, this is philosophical gold, this is soul gold. This is eternity, things that are eternal. This is the work that we've done in ourselves to heal our heart, to gain wisdom through earning it through experience, through being trialed and tested and going through the tribulations. And so, these are revelations and epiphanies that we've been able to, realize. And then now we're starting to embody what we've learned. And so we are going to be challenged still. But it's like now we're meeting these challenges, we're learning how to meet them, having like using the wisdom, like we know better in our heart. We know how to listen in, and we know the things that are sabotaging us. We know we're starting to recognize our patterns more, right? This 10 of Wands here underneath the gold is the wisdom that we've gained from breaking our patterns, from working on these. And so 10 of Wands is like something has just become more troublesome than it's worth. It's more burden than it's worth. And this is either something isn't paying off for what you're putting in, or it's breaking long-standing patterns, or you're having the opportunity to just being so sick of your own crap that you can't do it anymore, and you're breaking the patterns. So it's like this gold, it's like this is the spiritual gold that we've been earning from doing the work, from doing the shadow work, from doing the healing, from integrating those parts of ourselves and aligning with the higher self, right? So it's like we're coming along, and there is this like elevation happening and this ascension happening and this deepening of our wisdom and the ability to build upon that. That proverb says the wise man builds his house upon the rock. The wise man builds his house upon wisdom, upon faith, upon certainty. And so that's the gold that we've been creating. Not only wisdom, but compassion, understanding, prophetic understanding, like that quality of getting it, right? We have earned strength and grit and faith, right? We've built that trust and certainty in the Creator. And so it's helping us, overcome these patterns. And as we overcome the patterns, it's like we gain more gold. It's like the alchemy that we do is we overcome our negativity, and we face our fear, and we move beyond our limitations, and we evolve. And so as we do that, we reveal more of the light of the Creator, and it reveals more and more power within us. And so that's why, we've got this sublimation here with the Magician. It's like as we are elevating and awakening, our like inner vision is becoming more and more crystal clear. What we desire and what we don't want, the contrast of that is becoming more crystal clear. And so the more work we do to break open and break apart those layers of negativity and reveal that gold, that inner light by breaking the patterns and things, it gives us even more power as manifestors because it gives us more clarity. It offloads a lot of the energy that we're spending on these negative behavioral patterns that then result in negative thought patterns and negative emotional patterns, right? So it's like we're freeing up all of that attention, intention, and focus. We're freeing up all of this energy to then channel into what we desire. We have more energy to stoke our desire and feel rested and impassioned because our minds aren't everywhere trying to clean up the messes that the patterns are creating, right? So it's like this gold it reveals so much more, not only clarity in our vision and in our desire, but it actually starts healing our heart and makes us more magnetic for what we're trying to manifest too. So, even though we feel tired right now and we've been doing a lot of really deep inner work and inner healing work, and I think it's just like we're all ready to just sort of like have a breather. But really, the most powerful thing you can do right now is go even deeper into the work while you're tired, while you're sensitive, while you're being emotional. Because it's when we are uncomfortable that we can reveal the most power, that we can, what we do with this darkness like reveals more miracle juice. It makes us more powerful as manifestors, and therefore it sets us up for even greater success going into this new cycle. It's like when we aren't really being trialed or tested and we're living in our comfort zone and things are stable and things are good, we're not really pushing the needle forward. We're not doing any of the alchemy of turning our density into gold, right? I mean, we can, but it's like we all know that we're more motivated to change and we're more determined with like a white hot like fire when we are devastated, when we are afraid, when we have the fire under our ass, right? So just use this time wisely. If you are feeling triggered, like don't bypass it because you're tired and you're ready to just get over it and move on and glaze over it and go into the happy future. Don't bypass. Instead, sit with those feelings, because Chiron is inviting us to go even deeper, doing that healing work so that we can reveal even more creative power, even more compassion, even more unity with divine, and grow our faith even deeper. But also because as we heal and we attain this wisdom and we can wrap our minds around this wisdom, it's like we then are able, our gold becomes something that we not only have for ourselves through our healing, but it's something that we can share with others as well, right? Chiron is the wounded healer. And it was Chiron's pain that made him a talented teacher and healer for others. It gave him understanding and compassion. Chiron is the abandoned son of Saturn. And so, if you have abandonment issues that you're healing right now, those could be coming to light specifically. Our own self-abandonment issues as we are healing on the spectrum of codependency and enmeshment, those themes have been coming up recently. So these are probably a lot of the specific patterns that we're pinpointing to right now. Our consciousness is bringing forth so that we can go forward and have, greater relationships with others, with life, with, our work, with our, with the way that we treat money and substances and our home and all those Venus themes that have been really prominent recently and expanded by Jupiter. So there's a lot of opportunity for things to happen. But in order to really reveal that opportunity, it's like the more of that deep inner work we do, the more miracle juice gets revealed into the heavens. It's building the vessel. It's creating a deeper, bigger, stronger, more open vessel to receive the light. And the more that we have affinity with that light, the better that we resonate with it, right? And we can maintain connection with that light. Okay, so we have sublimation and magician together, which is like, okay, we're elevating, we're raising our vibration, we're raising our consciousness, and we're becoming like even more powerful conscious manifestors. But we need to be very careful to maintain a consciousness of receiving for the sake of sharing and not receiving for the self alone. As we grow our power and our consciousness, we grow the depths of our responsibility with that. And so the point is that we are trying to create we're trying to create in ourselves a better vessel for sharing the light. And so when we receive insight and revelation and healing, it is to help our own lives function better, but it also should help for all of society, right? It's gonna spill out all around you and the people around you, right? And you might even find that you have valuable lessons to share with others, right? Things that you've learned from, that you might come in contact with a friend that may be going through something similar, and you're like, oh wow, I was just there, and this is what I learned from the situation. This is what I gleaned from it. This is what I learned that I don't want to do again. So valuing what we just went through is vital in the process of healing and forgiveness work. Because when we can really look back on what we've been through, even the really unpleasant, painful things, and actually be grateful for them because of the person that they made you into, because of the metal they formed in you, because of the grit, or maybe the compassion that it awakened. There's some change, there's some growth there that you're able to look back on the experience and appreciate it. And that's called facing the creator's back, right? You are seeing the creator as the creator walks away in hindsight, after the fact. When you're in the moment, when you're in the heat and you're in the challenge and it's awful, but you're like, you know what? God is working in this moment. I can feel it. This is why it's so raw and so crazy and so charged. It's like the presence of God is here, and we can turn this around. That is when you're face to face with the creator. That even in the midst of chaos and uncertainty, you can look to the creator to help you find the light in the situation, or reach for the light in the situation. So underneath Chiron, we had Six of Swords, and Six of Swords is all about healing. This is the next step just after all of the conflict and change that comes with the fives. Six is the respite, the reprieve, we've moved on from the hard part, right? Now we're over the hill. Now we're over the hump. So the storm is over with Six of Swords. It's like you're moving on to more of a peaceful, like a more inner peace, better circumstances. Healing has started to happen, but you're going towards a brighter and better situation and going away from the difficulty. So moving past the difficulty, moving towards the healing, even things that you think are healed or you take for granted for being healed. It's like maybe even circle back through that again and do even deeper healing. It's easy to bemoan our pain and our sadness and our anger when it comes up, but it's actually an opportunity. It's like, what is it that they make nuclear power with? Is it uranium? Is it like raw uranium? Our raw emotion is like raw uranium. And we can take that and transmute it and heal it and see what needs to be healed still. And so when these emotions are coming up, if we can deal with them in real time, it's like we are revealing even more, we're making even more progress towards better things ahead and being magnetic to call that in. And then finally, at the end of all of this healing and wisdom and earned, inner peace and serenity and acceptance and faith, and, we are really arriving at this point where the feminine king of swords, the feminine king in the suits is the person who's fully embodied the masculine aspects of the suit and the feminine aspects of the suit within the divine masculine and feminine. And so in the swords, it's like this feminine king of swords can see how all the pieces fit together, how all the experiences and memories have served, right? And how it's all sort of interwoven, and she can make something beautiful from her experiences with intention and, and care. So this is about, having gained that wisdom and understanding and that like almost prophetic level of wisdom of connecting the dots and seeing, oh yeah, that makes sense now why that was. I can see how that played, you know, and now that you can appreciate where you've come from and where you've been and see what it's all been for, it's like you're well on your way now to having a more Queen of Pentacles life for yourself. The Queen of Pentacles is like, she is a dependable, good worker, earner, nurturer. So it's like the Queen of Pentacles is well taken care of. She takes good care of herself, and she's able to take good care of her environment because she is adept at making a living, keeping her kingdom in order, just executing the daily mundane things, but also keeping the fire stoked within herself, and, you know, self-care. And so because she knows how to nourish herself and take good care of her surroundings, she's better equipped and feeling more able to extend that nurturing quality to others as well. So new cycles of love, abundance, satisfaction, fulfillment, and comfort and ease are coming, along with clarity and like direction, and like major like clarity and direction. Like I feel like whatever is happening with breaking these patterns, it's like we're having these lightning flashes, and like the moment we gain the clarity that we need to let go of something or put something in the past, it's like boom, done. All right, cool. Like it could have been things that have been so hard to let go of for so long, and then suddenly it's just like that, like in a snap. It's just like, oh, suddenly that was not hard at all. I have struggled up until now, and then in the snap of a finger, it's just like, oh, okay, fine. So yeah, lightning flash clarity, really able to do that forgiveness work with the self and others, and lending yourself to that right now. In the shadow of this eclipse season, it's like this is the time to just get rid of all of it, but not by bypassing it, because it'll linger. It'll follow you. It'll quietly follow you and sneak up on you and scare you in the middle of the night. So do it now so you can really put it behind you, so that as we're starting new things, as we're going into new levels at our job, going into deeper levels of our relationships, or starting new relationships, we can do things on a better foot, in a better consciousness, with better habits, with better healthier structures and patterns going forward. All right, you guys, I hope you have a good rest of your night or day or whenever this is, and I will talk to y'all shortly. Ciao.